It's Diamondcast time again, and today we're going to be talking about our hometowns. Thank you very much to Claire for the topic suggestion. This one's going to be great. We're going to be talking about famous people that lived in our hometowns, interesting discoveries that happened in and around our hometowns, and moments of historical significance, including but not limited to Bristol's Clifton Suspension Bridge, the Concorde, Aleister Crowley's final days, and David Bowie's school days. There's plenty more. Stay tuned. There's a little 15 minutes at the end extra for our Patreon subscribers as well. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and enjoy another chat with Diamond Black. Can't stop doing this. Hello and welcome to episode 65 of Diamondcast.
Wow.
Hello. What are you doing? What's the thing you can't stop doing?
I'm doing this in my chair like this.
If you got like a new spinny chair and you haven't had one before.
No. It's just, I think, because these chairs that... Adam and I have got these chairs and Adam's one's broken because he keeps swinging it like this. And now I'm doing it because it's actually quite fun. So I didn't realise you could.
That's well good.
It's probably not that good. It's probably really bad for you.
Well, it's entertaining, so that's good.
Otherwise it's going to get annoying. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay.
My chair's not as good as yours. It is a good chair, but it's not as good as your chair.
I need a better chair because this one, after a while, I get backache. I have to move and sit on the sofa or the floor. It's probably not very good. It looks cool, but it's not very good as a... Anyway, we're not here to talk about chairs.
No.
So, what have you guys been up to this week? Anything interesting? Anything good?
Well, firstly, I'm using one of my favourite cups. For fuck's sake. And I'm drinking decaf because I had a little incident with caffeine.
Did you shake yourself? Sorry.
Yeah, that was the incident, right? Let me explain this to you. So I stopped drinking caffeine a long time ago, and every now and then I think that I can drink it again. I can't. Let me tell you about what happened. So I decided on a Sunday, I'll go for a little trip to a little village. That'll be nice. I started drinking caffeine, got on the train, and I found myself the caffeine was already starting to take effect. I just started staring at the T-shirt of this guy opposite me because it was an AC/DC T-shirt that I'd never seen. And for some reason, the caffeine made me lose any sense of like empathy or social awareness. So I was just there going at this guy's T-shirt, trying to figure out, I hadn't seen it before. What did it say?
Old T-shirts. We've had an episode of this before where you talked about the law of your obsession with old T-shirts. So this is like a big deal for you.
Exactly that. So I was admiring this guy's shirt and I was thinking, wow, I wonder what it says. What's the message? Is that a lyric? And I'm staring intently at this guy's T-shirt and I suddenly look up and he's like, what's your problem, mate? I'm like, there's no problem at all, sir. I really like your T-shirt, and I was just wondering, what's the message on there? Oh, I really like them too. I think there's a concert coming up, and eventually he was like, yeah, cool. But I got off the train with this terrible sense of dread, like there's going to be consequences for this. He's going to come and get me because I stared at his T-shirt. The day went on. I then went to this cafe where I was just absolutely obsessed with the beams, like the wooden beams. Yeah. I was just there going, I love beams. Beams are great, aren't they? Just like really wired. Then I went through this like botanical garden and I noticed these flowers and my brain was going, be mindful about the flowers. Look at the flowers. Look at them. It was just like really
mindful.
Yeah, exactly. Really manic mindfulness. Then I went into a garden centre and I started like getting really emotional because the kind of hedgehog-shaped watering cans reminded me of like being young or like past relationships and stuff. And I just started like tearing up in the garden centre. Okay. Then I went and had like this weird feverish chess game with someone where it was like I wasn't even really there.
Were you really playing chess?
I really was. It did happen.
In your mind? Oh, you did?
I really played it. No, I lost within like 3 moves. The guy was amazing. And then by the end of the day, I just like collapsed onto the sofa watching endless episodes of 80s British sitcom Only Fools and Horses and just like kind of got
sounds like a good day.
It kind of was, but it was just the manicness of it and the loss of control of my emotions that was really destabilizing. So Back to the decaf for me.
And the straw.
And the straw. So, to make sure the amounts are small.
So episode 65. This was come from a conversation that we got from Claire on Discord, who asked what inventions or advancements have come from the region or area you are from. So looking at the places that Diamond Black are from, and we looked at different things that come from there. So Claire says a few from hers, which is Newcastle, the steam turbine engine, invented by Charles Parsons, an aviation joystick, Arthur George, incandescent light bulb, Joseph Swan. The first street to be lit by electricity was Mosley Street. Windscreen wipers, Gladstone Adams. Hydraulics, Lord Armstrong. And Lucasade, which originated in Newcastle upon Tyne. And what?
And Jack.
And Anton Deck. But we're talking about like inventions and advancements.
Anton Deck were invented.
Oh, I've only got people, so there you go.
Although, I moved on to doing people because I was looking at, because I've actually got quite a lot of like musical people in my hometown, so I thought I wanted to brag about that. But yeah, I thought Lucasade was obviously those are all great inventions, but Lucasade is obviously the best one in that list, which was created by a chemist called William Walker Hunter, a pharmacy in Barris Bridge as a glucose-based drink to aid recovery for sick patients. Originally named Glucosade in 1927, renamed in 1929, initially designed to provide energy to those suffering from illnesses like flu, which is why when you drink Lucasade, when you're not well, actually it makes you feel better.
Oh,
Right. I always just thought that was kind of a myth, like you have grapes when you're ill just because you do. But I didn't realise there was an actual glucose-based reason. How interesting.
Yeah, Glucosade.
I like the orange one.
The orange flavour. See, I like the original.
No.
I don't like the orange one. I don't like orange flavour anything though.
What about oranges?
Yeah, they're all right. But I mean, I prefer the lemon flavoured ones.
Lemon-flavoured oranges.
There's no lemon flavoured Lucasade. We're gonna
What is original flavour then? Just like Lucasade flavour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not orange flavour. It's just
But it is.
It's just a nice flavour.
But it is coloured orange, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Have you not had it?
No, absolutely. I have had it. Yeah, I can't remember what that tastes like if it doesn't taste of orange. It's just tastes of Lucasade. But yeah, great invention. Quite a lot of stuff from Newcastle.
Quite a lot, yeah. So yeah, did you guys get a chance to figure out what cool things came out of your hometowns?
Yes. So I focused specifically on the Suspension Bridge and Concorde as
Concorde the plane.
Concorde the plane, yeah. So
Cool.
Suspension
I like Brunel,
Bridge.
he's awesome.
Brunel, yeah,
Brunel.
Isambard Brunel, who designed it when he was 23, which was pretty incredible. But it wasn't completed until after he was dead, so we never got to see it, which is a little bit disappointing. But it took ages to build, and it's this huge suspension bridge which goes over the Avon Gorge. So it's not just like over a river; it's over this like massive precipice. So it's quite impressive. Impressive abyss, not good. And it actually, when it actually perceptibly swings when you're on it, and
No,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so that link back to the chair. And when there's a festival every year called the Ashton Court Festival, and they have to police the amount of people that walk over it, because everyone like goes there, and so they have to police the amount of people because of the weight restrictions of the bridge for safety purposes. So it's pretty cool. But it was almost included, I've read here, Egyptian-style Sphinx statues guarding the entrances,
Cool.
which that would have been well good. Sadly, they weren't there. They're not there. But it must have been one of those. Oh, we need to get it finished. Just let's not do the Sphinxes. But
Could have nowadays like introduced like the Sphinxes actually monitor the weight of the people on the bridge. So it's like if it's going over a certain amount, the Sphinx could just be like no, like glare at someone like her laser eyes or something.
oh, yeah, laser eyes. Yeah, it would be like a much more advanced and safety conscious version of that giraffe that stops you from going on rides at the fairground.
Oh yeah, and like actually an interactive one as well. So it's like the giraffe is a bit like a warning. But we all trust giraffes because there's millions, said Jeffrey, all under one roof, all at Toys R Us. So we just kind of look to them to think, oh, they're all right. But Sphinx is a bit mystical, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? So you were saying, I like that your first idea was it will fire lasers at people.
With its eyes in the future, because it's a Sphinx, the future Sphinx, right? And I think that, you said like maybe they ran out of time or money and they were like, well, the Sphinxes are nice to have. But I think in the future, they hadn't considered the possibility that they could have, been used as actual guards.
But the lasers, what do the lasers do? I'm still not clear on the lasers.
Shit people up.
Right, well, just scare them. So it's not like...
Yeah, if you're not allowed to pass.
Right. So, but they don't actually exterminate people.
Oh, that's what I thought they were going to...
No, I mean that would be annoying because then you wouldn't get as many customers going over the bridge, would you? So.
True, although it's free.
Oh, it's free. Well, then
It's free, so yeah. So maybe they don't mind about just culling off any excess weight.
Well, just shock them a bit so it makes them stop, and then they won't go on the bridge until the others have gone off of it.
Like an electric fence for cows and sheep, the same sort, just like a deterrent.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
No, that is good. I have got a better idea than that.
Right.
So why do you think Isambard Kingdom Brunel wanted to put sphinxes on a bridge?
I think because at that time, which was 1831, was he designed it, I think. Yes, it was. Egyptian vibes were very popular in architecture generally. There's some stuff around where I live where they like these functional items because there's an underpass and they've built these like ventilation towers, and because they were designed in the 1830s, they've got these, or thereabouts, they've got these kind of Egyptian vibes to them because it was very popular at the time. That sort of vibe where they're just functional items.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
Should we go around? and do one each so it's not one town at a time? Like, shall we do one next?
Yes.
Okay, I'm from Hastings. You may have heard of the Battle of Hastings. Yeah, it's quite important. But I've got people. So my first person of interest is Aleister Crowley. And he was known as the Great Beast and one of the most famous occult people ever. He started his own religion of
what was it?
Well, I know it's going to annoy me because I know the abbey's called Thelema, but I can't remember if the religion's called Thelema. Yeah, and he's a proper occultist, and he died in Hastings. And look into him, he's pretty cool. Pretty much all I've got.
So there's a lot of controversy around him, isn't there? In terms of, he wrote what was the book called that he wrote?
I wish I'd wrote more notes down, I can't remember.
But it's called something like the Conjuring of Christ or something. It's all like
person.
The Last Rites of something. Was he...
Do what thou wilt is his sort of mantra, so it's quite hedonistic.
Yeah.
Kind of debauchery.
And there's that Aussie song about him, isn't there? Mr. Crowley. So he must therefore have been quite an influence on, because a lot of Sabbath stuff was written about the arcane and the occult and stuff. So
yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty rock and roll.
Yeah, it is very rock and roll, isn't it?
So he lived in like loads of different places, according to this. He lived in Egypt and China and Algeria and the United States and...
What's the name of his religion? I can't remember.
Tunisia, Paris, and London. You're right. There's what you said.
Thelema.
Thelema, yeah.
Oh, I call it. I was right.
He founded the religion of Thelema, identifying himself as the prophet, entrusted with guiding humanity into the Eon of Horus in the early 20th century.
It's pretty cool.
And so, what happened to him? So he died in Hastings.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to him?
No. I know where he died. There's a nice pub there.
Is it just a coincidence there's a place near Hastings called Battle? Or is that connected?
Okay, so that's where the actual battle was, is a place called Battle. Because Hastings used to be a lot larger. So Hastings used to cover a bigger area. But now Hastings, the town, and Battle are two separate towns. But Battle used to be part of the Hastings.
Cool name for a town, right?
Yeah, so that's where the Battle of Hastings was.
Like, if you come from there, you have to start a battle metal band.
Yeah.
It's like you can be a singer-songwriter from Battle.
Yeah, to where William the Conqueror takes the throne and changes basically the course of history. There you go. Where we get invaded. It's pretty good shit. Okay. That was my first Hastings factoid. Natalie?
Okay. Well, I was just reading about Aleister Crowley,
pretty
his
cool.
political opinions and his. Yeah, he seems very exciting and an interesting character. Crowley enjoyed being outrageous and flouting conventional morality. He was in revolt against the moral and religious values of his time. And he goes on to say that his socio-political concerns were subordinate to metaphysical and spiritual ones. He was neither left nor right, but categorised as a conservative revolutionary, nothing to do with the German-based movement of the same name. Had a fascination with the extreme ideologies of Nazism, Marxism, Leninism, which aimed to violently overturn society. But what he liked about them, or at least what made him curious about them, was the anti-Christian position and the revolutionary and socially subversive implications of these two movements. And he intended Thelema to fill the void of those things to annihilate all the religious traditions and Leninism, Marxism and Nazism altogether.
That's really progressive, particularly for a time when illustrating that kind of rebellion against the norm could basically get you killed and executed.
That's why I thought he was the most evil man
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah. Wow.
Destroy everything. They're quite popular with the high end of society, I think.
He was
He's
bisexual.
really well educated, wasn't he? And he's from a really rich family, I think.
So he was bisexual. He advocated complete sexual freedom for both men and women. He argued that homosexual and bisexual people should not suppress their sexual orientation.
Geez, when was this?
He died in 1947. So
During his
That's
time,
amazing. That's amazing that he was so progressive at that time, particularly when you think about in the 1960s. They were still advocating like chemical castration if you were gay, and that's like absurd. But he was so progressive and so open-minded and enlightened. That's pretty amazing that he had that kind of ethos at a time where I don't know. That's really impressive. Like, where did he get it from? Where did the ideas come from when he was in a society that was so anti everything he was saying?
He said it says he's.
I've got a good video that I can share on. I'll share it on the link.
Okay.
Underneath this one for anyone that wants to know more.
Maybe he's a time traveller.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be. Who else do you think in history is a time traveller? I've got two.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that
Jesus.
straight in.
Obviously.
Could be.
That's what the miracles were. He just had future technology.
Well, he just like had a dictaphone and a hand
Like
fan
replicate
or
or
something.
something. Make, feed the 5,000s easier. Got future technology.
Oh, right,
it's
real
still-
future technology,
Yeah.
not like
Well,
current, not like oh, we had an iPhone or something. It was like,
No, it's still consistent with him. Also, if you believe in Christianity, you believe he's the Son of God. Still, the Son of God just came from the future to spread religion to the masses in 2,000 years ago. Because if they didn't do that at that time, then the timeline would have gone awfully wrong. That's what time travel
It's
is
like a
going back in time for, right?
self-fulfilling time loop.
Interesting philosophy. I was going to say Gene Roddenberry,
Oh, yeah, Gene Roddenberry's good.
who dat?
the creator of Star Trek.
Oh, right, okay. Well, so, right, go on.
Because all of the things in Star Trek, like all the technology that they have that was invented or created in Gene Roddenberry's mind in the 60s, is stuff we kind of have now. Like replicators, that basically 3D printers. I've seen a 3D printed steak. That's food that's come out of a 3D printer. That's a
iPad.
replicator. iPad, pad. I mean,
Flip phone, stuff like that.
flip phones. The thing, the communicators that they had back in the first series. We haven't got, communicator beeps yet,
Yeah,
but
we haven't got
I feel like
teleports, but yeah.
that's happening. We're going to and transport because they completely deconstruct you on the molecular level.
Yeah, we got that far,
Deconstruct you every time. So, yeah, I think there might be some sort of moral thing about that before they actually make those. But yeah, lots of technology that happened in Star Trek, and a lot of people that now are trying to do things in space, like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. However you feel about them, they were both massive Star Trek fans as kids, and so they were sort of inspired to get lots of money specifically so they could make rockets and things and do
Star
space
Trek
travel.
real. Yeah.
So to make Star Trek real. So so I think it's really it's a really prolific, not prolific, like really important things have happened in the 60s that no one else was thinking about, and then it was spread over to the masses and across countries and things, and inspired a generation of kids and then their kids, so on and so forth, to think, what if this could exist? And so, you know, I'm like, Gene Roddenberry's a time traveler. Where'd he get all this stuff from? Just came back from the future. Was like, yeah, no, I know actually what happens in the 23rd century. I'm just going to go and tell everybody so that they get a bit of a head start.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's my shallow understanding of Star Trek is that it raises a lot of philosophical questions through sci-fi tropes. Yeah. So it says, if you could do this, what would it mean? Which is really what's so great about it. It's not just like some stuff blows up. It's stuff that makes you think and ask some really important questions.
Yeah, exactly. So and a lot of the early ones were like that. Well, yeah, the modern ones are a little bit less philosophical. They're more just kind of here's some things. But we actually thought the modern one was actually they're all being MK Ultra. They're all like under sort of a psychological test the whole time.
Yeah, I think we're just wishful thinking.
Do you think Charlie Brooker, who did Black Mirror, do you think he might have been inspired by Star Trek?
Oh yeah, because of the US Callister, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
He loves it. He loves Star Trek, doesn't he?
God, that episode's so good, isn't it? It's so funny, and it's so accurate.
What is your favourite Black Mirror episode?
Probably that episode. I think I've watched it 3 times.
Have you seen the second one?
I have as well. Yeah. Which is, it's just, I just love the concept of it, and I love the pastiche of it, and how that pastiche doesn't really work in like modern reality, and how you see all the holes in it, and the fact that she then emancipates them from it. And the fact that he starts off, the actual captain, he starts off as a character you're sympathizing with because he's sort of this sort of lowly, sort of depressed, but then it turns because he becomes extremely conniving and like steals their DNA and stuff, so that he can create a world where he can then command them. It's such a great concept.
Do you know what my favourite one is, Natalie?
I'm supposed to guess.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you'd get it straight away.
I only know like two Black Mirror episodes offhand.
San Junipero.
Oh, okay. That's the only one I know.
No, that's the
why is that your favourite one?
I can't remember now.
Which one's that?
San Junipero.
It's the only happy one.
Yeah, it's probably the only happy one. It's like on this really romantic, like imaginary island beach adventure, but it's all like virtual reality. From what I can remember.
1987.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's set in the 80s. It's got 80s music in it.
Yeah. That's such a departure from the usual style of that show.
It's probably one of the nice ones.
It's really interesting that that's your favourite. Yeah. Why do you think that one really hits with you?
I'm a romantic at heart.
What did you think of the one where they get put in this kind of environment where they can't actually get out the walls of it, but the idea is you're supposed to meet your perfect partner within... It's like a park. It's like almost like a recreational park, and you go there and you have to meet your perfect partner, and you get to spend some time with them. And if it doesn't work after a certain amount of dates, you stop seeing them or something. That was really good. And again, like really good philosophical questions about what does it mean to be in a relationship and what makes a relationship right and work and stuff like that.
I'll have to go back and watch some. It's been quite a long time since I watched some of them. Because I watched them as they come out. So.
I think my other favourite is Striking Vipers. Have you seen that one?
I've probably seen them, I just don't remember what happens.
It's the one where there are these 2 old friends and they get back together playing this computer game they used to play as teenagers, but it's been upgraded, so there's now this like amazing VR version of it. And in the VR version, they're playing a male character and a female character, even though in reality they're 2 guys. And within the game, they just start having sex and like really being into each other, and then outside the game they're like, do we fancy each other? This is really, really bizarre. But then they secretly go into the game so they can hang out and have this relationship and not tell their sort of partners, oh, I'm just playing the game. It's really good episode, and again just raises some really interesting questions.
Cool.
It reminds me of that game Second Life. Did anyone play that?
Yeah, it's like The Sims.
It's like that, but it's like Warcraft, like an MMORPG, but you're not in the fantasy world. It's like in the real world ish, and you just have to like make a Second Life. It's literally
you make yourself as a character.
No. I made 2 really hot girls, and I had them playing on 2 separate computers, and they'd go and like interact with people and like, you know, like go up to them and talk to them. And I don't know if anyone knew it was the same person, but it was just I was chatting to people on 2 different computers.
Oh wow! And these are other real people beyond the game.
Every person in it is a real person, right? So you're just flying around the world, like going to little different places and chatting to people, and yeah, so I had a blonde and a brunette, and they were going around and it's like hanging out with people.
Cool.
Like,
Nice.
that was my
good to hear.
2008.
Right, Natalie, what's your hometown?
Okay, well, so I've lived in different places when I was younger, but so I was looking at Bromley in general because it's like a nice big expansive space.
London suburb.
Get more people. So Bromley. So I've got H.G. Wells.
Cool.
So it was his birthplace, and he invented lots of like concepts while he was living there. And yeah, and
Don't you have a relation to?
Yeah, I do. So H.G. Wells was born. If anyone knows Bromley, the building that used to be the Alders building, which is now Primark, was actually the building where H.G. Wells was born. Because I used to go to the Alders. There was a restaurant at the top, and we used to go to the restaurant, and there was a plaque there that was commemorating him. But my nan's, which cousin thrice removed, I think it is. Generations. It was his girlfriend for 9 years. They built a house together somewhere in the UK. Not mistress, no, not mistress.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but that negates her presence and her position in his life. I think. I mean, he did have a wife, but they were together for 9 years. They built a house together. They entertained parties, lots of writers and things like that. And he dedicated one of his books to her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a sort of sordid secret affair that they had. They were like outwardly together in the world, writers and things. And yeah, I started studying about her recently because she's interesting to me, and she was a controversial writer, a bit of an eccentric, according to people in my family. So I want to know more about her. But I asked the AI for everything it has on her, and then it found a book she'd written, and I ordered the book. Got a first edition from 1947.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I'm really looking
Aleister
forward to
Crowley
reading it. Ooh. Wait, it might be 1941 actually. I can't remember. But I haven't even opened it yet because I wanted to open it on camera. Because I wanted to see what it actually looked like and hold her writing in my hand. I've named my protagonist after her in my novel.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What are some of H.G. Wells's famous works?
The War of the Worlds.
Right.
Time Machine.
Nice.
We're
Time Machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's like all things. That's why we like. That's all things we like.
You guys worked on the War of the Worlds musical, didn't you?
Yeah.
I take it you were already fans, so when you got the job, you're like, this is ace.
Yeah. Actually, I
Yes.
got the job because we were in the office and they had a vinyl record on the desk, and I was like, I love that record. And they're like, oh, well, we're going to be doing that as our next project. I was like, oh my God, we have to get involved with that. So it's really lucky.
Yeah, and I like that it was just through you showing your passion towards something rather than like trying to get the job. It was really authentic.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And the first task we had to do on the job, Adam, what was it?
I can't remember. Was it?
Going to Jeff Wayne's house and interviewing him.
We had to go to the guy who wrote the musical, his house, and interview him. And that's the first time we'd ever done any interview as well, so it's like straight into the deep end.
Yeah.
Wow.
I took a picture of us on the train at the train station on the way to go and meet him, and we went all our bags with us and all our cameras and stuff. We were like, we're going to Jeff Wayne's house now, and we're sitting in his recording studio, like chatting to him, like doing the interview in his studio, which was surreal, but really, really good. Yeah, lovely guy actually, really nice.
That was fun.
Really nice guy to work with.
Yeah,
So with time travel, with sci-fi,
yeah.
are writers still creating new ideas? Like things like time travel and body swapping and transporters and teleporters and stuff. They seem to often get revisited, but in a different way. But are there completely new things that writers are coming up with nowadays?
There's always a mishmash of different ways you can phrase a philosophy or bring together like a moral system or a framework that you can invent or suggest, especially influenced by the things that are going on in the world. And I think that's why sci-fi writers always renew what their outlook is over the years. I mean, there's a lot of really good sci-fi that came out at the beginning of the 20th century. You know, we had not just H.G. Wells, but we had Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. You know, we had lots of Ray Bradbury. We had like a lot of the early stuff that sort of inspired, like Philip K. Dick, like a lot of that kind of short stories as well, which put a what if spark in people's minds, and then led to whatever else we now get. But again, that comes from obviously what's going on in the world at the time as well. People look at it and they go, could this be better? Could things around be better? And I think you get a lot of good sci-fi that comes out of when people are living through World Wars 1 and 2, and living, well, it depends where they live. Like my cousin, thrice removed, she lived in loads of different places across Europe and across the world, and especially during the war. So she wrote the book I bought is about her sort of a commentary on what was going on in the world about the World War II, and it's interesting to see like her philosophy evolve as time goes on, because writers observe, they look at things. She's not a science fiction writer, but she was with H.G. Wells, so she's obviously got a lot of that floating around in discussion all the time, and then you get a lot of science fiction now being like utopian, dystopian fiction, so mostly dystopian, because people always imagine a future to always fall into a level of dystopia. Utopian fiction was quite common in the 1600s. I don't know what specifically made people think, there could be another way of doing things in those times. Like, maybe we don't know everything that was happening then, because there's not many records of how people...
Because they already lived in shit.
Well, you think that, but I mean, I don't know. I think we only get the reports of, Samuel Pepys's diary and like a few writers like hoping and wishing with lots of ships and discoveries and, voyages and expeditions and that sort of thing. But I wonder if... I think now there's a lot less utopian fiction coming out, because people are thinking in sort of doom. I think I'm trying to write something which is questioning whether or not we might already be there. We might already be in that utopia and we just haven't realised.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, H.G. Wells.
Nice.
That's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong contender.
Shit. Okay, you're the Ben.
Concorde, which is a plane that was built in the latter part of the 20th century, and it was very, very fast. That was its whole thing. Its whole shtick was it's really fast, and sometimes this is amazing, you could land before you left thanks to time zones. That's
time
how
travel.
fast
Time travel.
Yeah, exactly. It's cruised at Mach 2, which is about twice the speed of sound.
Yeah.
It was faster than a rifle bullet and went from London to New York in about 3.5 hours instead of 7 to 8 hours. It was extremely luxurious, only 100 passengers. It was more like a flying private club, and it was famous for champagne at twice the speed of sound.
That's beautiful.
Really drunk, wouldn't you?
It looked like kind of almost like a space shuttle.
Yeah.
In terms of,
I remember hearing it going
'cause
over.
the sonic boom that would occur as it broke the sound barrier was amazing.
I'm gutted they don't have them anymore. I would love to have gone on one.
Yeah.
I know, right? It cruised at 60,000 feet, which is 60,000, which is twice as high as normal planes. Passengers could see the curvature of the Earth. So it was a pretty amazing thing. And it was built in Bristol, actually very, very close to where I grew up in Filton. And both my grandparents worked on it at some stage, I think. So it was, it's like if your hometown is proud of something, it's everywhere. And there was a lot of Concorde stuff and British Aerospace everywhere, just like Ardman stuff is everywhere in Bristol, as in like Shaun the Sheep and Wallace and Gromit.
Right, so it used to be Concorde and now it's Ardman.
Yeah, basically, yes. That's the shift, really. And it was retired in 2003 because there was an Air France flight crash, and also
we built it with France, don't we?
That's right. Yeah. So it was a
Wait,
collaboration.
so one crash and they just abandoned the entire thing?
Well, I think it was also due to the fact that it wasn't economically viable as a business model, because so few people could afford to actually use it. I think the running costs were really high, so therefore the ticketing had to be really high, and then that probably just sort of sealed the deal on it, really, in terms
Sounds
of.
like something that should be brought back, because if you've got that supersonic flight technology, you can get to America in 3 hours rather than like the 10 it takes now. That seems like there's new techniques and costs. It could be made more cost effective.
Yeah, you'd think so. 23 years on, you'd think, the technology now, given the exponential rise of technology, is that it could be done at lower costs. It could be safer. and just call it something else.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that's 3.5 hours. That's insane. That feels so weird because when you think of going from like New York from London seems like a different world.
Yeah.
So to be there in the same sort of time as it takes to get on a train to like Manchester or
Yeah, I
something.
couldn't get to Bristol from London in 3.5 hours.
That's right. So yeah, it's almost like something that it's really bizarre that it appeared and then disappeared again, almost like it was some kind of again time travel thing that someone came back, tried to make it work in the late 20th century, and it didn't, and then it just got sort of ousted. So yeah, it was something that was often used in local kind of lexicon as well when I was growing up. It was like, something that is fast. You would make a reference to Concorde.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool, and it sounds great in a Bristol accent, Concorde. So there's that.
That's pretty fun.
You've been on Concorde lately.
Wow.
We're going to talk about UR in a minute. That's going to be my next thing.
Nice,
right?
Nice. There's a little preview. Right, so do you want me to do one? I've got one. Okay, so my next person is Mr. John Logie Baird.
Yogi Bear.
John Logie Baird. John Yogi Bear. And Boo Boo as well.
Is that where Yogi Bear comes from?
Yeah, no, he comes from
after him?
Jellystone, doesn't he? Come on. No, John Logie Baird, who was the inventor of television. So
That's pretty big.
So his house is right near where I grew up. And in Hastings Town Centre, you can see his old, what do we call it, studio, workshop. It's where the first television images were broadcast from.
Wow.
In the 1920s. So Hastings is called the birthplace of television. There you go. Other people, I think, developed around the same time, but birthplace is Hastings. So there you go. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
People must
Less
just be
occulty, but cool.
just blown away when they first saw images moving on a screen. It's like sorcery.
It is magic, isn't it? Actually, yeah, mine will have a bit of a magic tinge, because Aleister Crowley was into magic as well. So yeah. So
Hastings
was magic, yeah. Hastings, place of magic.
That's perfect for the tourist board, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's wicked.
That's fun. I don't really have much more details than that, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Wetherspoons is called the John Logie Bed if you want to go to Wetherspoons.
Well, they'd want to name it after that. Yeah.
Legend lives on in Wetherspoons.
Does it have any tellies in it though? Oh, it does for
No, I
sports.
don't know.
You know how the Wetherspoons carpets are designed after the thing? What is the Wetherspoons carpet in Hastings based on something to do with John Logie Baird?
Can't say I've ever noticed the carpet in Wetherspoons.
For anyone who doesn't know, Wetherspoons, there's 900 Wetherspoons in the country, and each one of them is named after something that was historically relevant to that area that the Wetherspoons is in, or the building it has taken over. Yeah. Usually it's like an old theatre or something.
Bank or something.
Yeah, or a bank, and the carpet is specifically designed for that one Wetherspoons, and each one of them is sort of the design or the abstract print or whatever is based specifically on the theme of the person or the thing that it's named after.
Oh wow! So there's a lot of thought that goes into it. It's not just like a cheap place where you can get a pint for £1.73.
No, they do them really nice.
It's that as well.
I mean, the food is like that, but they do them quite nice. Renovate them, don't they? I didn't know the carpet was. I think I'll go to look now.
Cool.
I've learned something.
There is. I'll find a website. There's a website someone has made of all the website that if someone went round, a blogger, and took pictures of all and catalogued them all.
Right.
I don't know if it's still a website that's going, but I remember looking at it. I think it was like a Tumblr or blog or something like 10, 12 years ago. I'll try and find it and you can put it on the bottom of the thing.
That's pretty cool.
Did we talk about where the name Wetherspoons came from on a previous podcast?
No, do you know?
Do you know?
What this is, right, is that the guy who designed who came up with this is what I've heard. He came up with the business model, as in like low budget pubs.
Yeah.
He wasn't called Wetherspoon.
Oh.
Wetherspoon was the teacher at school who told him that he'd never amount to anything. So he then named them after this teacher to go, I'll show you, which is kind of weird because then the teacher gets led. But it was like
JD Wetherspoon. Is that the name of the teacher, or is it because it's
Yeah,
JD Wetherspoon, isn't it?
I imagine so. Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's Wetherspoon. It might be Travelodge or something, but I think it's Wetherspoon.
I don't think his name's Mr.
No one's
Travelodge.
called. He's a geography teacher.
Yes. I think that's what. So every Wetherspoon is like up yours to the guy who said you'll never amount to anything.
It's pretty fun.
Well, if that was you, wouldn't you feel less like up yours, and you'd feel like, oh well, sucker who's used my name.
Yeah, well, it is a bit weird. It is an odd way of doing it.
Maybe we didn't like the pub or something, and now he's got a chain of pubs named after him. So it's like,
oh yeah, what if he didn't? What if he didn't like pubs? If he was just like a staunch, like I want the pub industry to die.
Yeah, and now he's like his name is like synonymous with drinking heavily for low rates for cheap. Yeah.
that's really funny.
Everyone who isn't in the UK who hasn't experienced at Wetherspoons, it's the cheapest pub in the country. There are 900 of them. You can go there and you can get like a meal and a drink for under £10, and you often get like free things with it and so on. And it's a really good place to go. And it's nice food. They do nice food. It's just cheap. It's what you get. You get a nice breakfast and things. But it's really good for like if
you're going on a flight, it's got to be done in the morning.
Going on a flight, if you don't have much money and stuff, you can still go to the pub and you can still hang out and bring people together the way that other pubs don't do so much anymore because it's £7.50 a pint.
Yeah, and it's quite a cross section of people, isn't it? Because the unifying factor is it's cheap, so you get all sorts of different kinds of people there. And I remember that from there's one on Holloway Road that used to be a theatre.
Yeah,
Coronet. That's it. Yeah. And you go in there and it'd just be like old blokes and just students and everything in between. It was pretty cosmopolitan. Saving money before then going to the Big Red.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's a good night out. Even if you don't want to drink, you just want to eat and you want to drink other drinks.
I think the only downsides to it, I think, if I remember correctly, are that it's got like really rubbish lighting, like proper just strip light.
It's very bright.
Turn the light on. Put the big light on.
It's not very atmospheric.
No, and
they
also
don't have music.
They don't have music because they don't pay for a music license as a way to cut down the cost. Which I don't know. It makes for a weird sort of atmosphere, doesn't it? Because you just got this quiet pub, but it's never quiet, is it? Really?
No,
so
it kind of reminds me of like old pubs, like back in the day, like when they were just sort of pubs, people like usually men go to meet and chat and that kind of thing. They're sort of old English pubs. They didn't have music in them. They would just have like chatting and laughing and glasses smashing and stuff.
I think there's a charm to that. I think there actually is a charm to that because it's just about people coming together and talking rather than you have to listen to the Killers and the Kings of Leon just forever because it's just always on.
Sound like Sabrina Carpenter and Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
If I went somewhere and they played the Killers and the Kings of Leon, I'd be like,
actually, we probably like that. It'd be a nice change.
Yeah.
Cool. We got quite a lot out of that. Who's your next one, Natalie?
My next one is David Bowie.
Cool.
He not only did he was born in Brixton, but the family moved to Bromley and to Sundridge Park, and he went to school in the primary school opposite my nan and granddad's house because they also lived in Sundridge Park, and so that's when he's rumoured to have got his eye injury that led to him having two different coloured eyes.
That was
he had a fight with another boy at school. He had a fight with a boy at school over a girl, and he ended up with one of his eyes. It changed colour because of the injury.
Wow.
And that was the primary school opposite my nan's house.
I never knew that, and what a romantic reason and kind of on-brand reason for him to have got that injury. It wasn't just like he fell off the curb while he was trying to get his marble out of the drain. It was like a romantic battle.
Yeah, and it doesn't end there. He also went to the same university as me.
Oh.
I went to the same university.
One of your lecturers?
No.
How good would that be?
I was quite a long time named. I'm going to start a pub chain. No, he was quite a lot before me, obviously. So when we're talking about his primary school years, were sort of late 50s, and we his university years, obviously, kind of. Well, I don't know when they actually were, but like 16 years after that.
What did he study?
Yeah, he studied art.
What did you study?
I did Fine Art Foundation and then graphic design.
It's all very on brand, isn't it? The romantic injury, studying art. It's not like he was studying chemical engineering or something. It's like full on brand all the way through. I like it.
It's pretty cool.
art, music, and design. He studied, but he wouldn't have studied music at Ravensbourne because we didn't have a music program. But it was called Ravensbourne College of Art back then. And when I went to school, Ravensbourne College of Design and Communication, and now it's moved to Greenwich and it's called Ravensbourne University. I don't know anything about it now, but it's I didn't go to that one. I went to the same one that Bowie went to.
Nice.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
a pretty impressive accolade, really.
It's a good claim to fame, isn't it? Yeah.
Very good.
I like Bromley. Anyone who's from Bromley, like this is what we do.
Wow.
But yeah, we produce some good people.
Is there a really good hedge maze anywhere in Bromley?
No.
Sort of a labyrinthine kind of. Is there any hoggles in?
I see where you're going.
I mean, wait, there is a maze. There is actually, I've just Googled it. There is a maze in Crystal Palace Park.
Yes.
There you go.
That's nice.
I think it's actually quite good.
Go there and like just try and find a talking snail.
You need us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come and have a cup of tea and meet the missus.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, cup of tea. If Ben has some caffeine, it would definitely be talking snail, wouldn't it?
Enjoy the snail. Look at us talk to the snail. So my final Bristol one is to debunk the myth that in the West Country we say, what is it? Ooh-ar, 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 get on my tratter. Right? Ooh-ar, ooh-ar there. Don't say ooh-ar. Well, we say oh-ah. Okay. And I'll give you an example of this.
What?
So, the phrase is...
The vocal technique.
It's a bit... The phrase is, oh, ah. Right. Now, I'll give you some examples of where you can use, oh, ah. You use... For example, say you walk into the kitchen and your naughty dog is trying to open the little food cupboard and you've caught him.
Little bastard.
Oh, ah. This one. Another example is... You're with your mates and like one of your mates turns up trying to like completely style out a new thing, like a new haircut or some like enormous white trousers or whatever. And your friend comes in and they're like, all right, guys, how's it going? And inevitably you have to like call them out by going, oh, ah, right? And the final oh, ah is if you hear that someone spent, or it's insinuated that someone spent some time romantically with someone else, then you can call it out by going, oh, ah. So there are some examples where you can use oh, ah in your daily life.
It was quite a varied selection of things. Naughty dogs or romantic escapades.
Yeah. But essentially, I guess the thread through it is playfully discovering something that someone's trying to conceal from you. Yeah, a bit Richie, yeah. So yeah, not ooh-ar, oh-ah.
Really good.
And so why do people think it's ooh-ar?
That's okay, West Country, isn't it? A bit more. Or like,
Yeah, maybe because, Wurzels, I guess maybe that's more kind of rural West Country rather than metropolitan West Country. Is that the right word?
Is
like
it
in
the advert that came out in the early 2000s that was for Ambrosia Devon Custard that was it's Ambrosia?
Yeah, I think that probably helped. But
Combine harvester.
Devon,
I love the Wurzels.
Cornwall, so that whole area, so Bristol, Exeter, Devon, Cornwall, is fairly vast within the UK. So there definitely will be a certain amount of ooh-ar, but it's oh-ah.
If you're in the city, you don't have a combine harvester.
Exactly. That's how you know if it's ooh-ar or oh-ah. Do you have a combine harvester?
Where would you park it in the city?
We can't, that's what I mean. That's why it's different.
Yeah, that's why you can't. You can't do it.
Duh. No, well, that's fun. Right. Oh. A bomb.
Right.
A bomb. Right. I've got two short music-related ones. I can do for Hastings. Right. Suggs from Madness was born in Hastings.
Nice.
And a girl called Polystyrene, who was the singer of X-Ray Spex, and she's one of the first like female front women from like punk scene. She's really cool. And she really liked my previous band, Starscream. So I like her very much. She really liked it.
Gave you what do you call it? A big up. That's amazing.
Yeah, so two cool musics people from the same era, really.
X-Ray Spex were, I'm guessing, mid to late 70s, early 80s, maybe, that kind of first punk movement.
Yeah.
And definitely one that I've heard of, because it's like any genre, there was the key bands, and that's definitely one of them. of like British punk
They're
from that
pretty
era. Vice Squad, if you ever heard of them, were from Bristol.
Cool.
Another female-fronted punk band, sort of from that area.
Cool, man.
That's right.
There you go. Bosh. 2 music ones. I can go back to my
Well, that Suggs one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I started researching.
Madness is such an interesting band because they are a pop band, but there's something a bit subversive about them. There's something a bit punk about
I mean,
Madness.
it's created a genre, really. You could say, like, the ska pop that they do is a completely new invention of theirs.
Yeah.
There's lots of ska bands around the time, like Specials and things like that. But, like, Madness, are sort of sit in their own separate genre of ska. And I think they're very underrated in terms of, like, creating a new genre and how important they are. Sometimes they're seen as a bit of, like, a novelty kind of pop band. But I know they're really fucking brilliant musicians as well.
One of those bands where it'd be really interesting to go and listen to the deeper cuts or like track 3 on side 2 of the album to see what kind of ways that they expanded musically rather than it just being baggy trousers in Our House.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I think maybe it's because the lyrics are still very clever and very, a bit tongue-in-cheek because they're all about kind of everyday stuff as well,
Yeah, a
Very
bit.
working class.
Yeah, very, very, very well written lyrics that really paint a vivid picture. Like when I was at school, even though the song was old, we loved baggy trousers because we loved like going through the lyrics about like the amusing things, the capers that were happening in school, and we could sort of relate to it. That's why it was so sort of relatable. And it's stuff like Our House, where it's so just about suburban life. And just, I think it really sort of landed, I think, with just the general public because it's mundane, but wonderfully kind of, not glorifying, but celebrating the mundane.
Well, it's like coming along the same with the punk movement. The punk, and at the same time, it's very, it's very working class. It's very much like, raw, this is life kind of, it's just about our house in the middle of the street. It's kind of common people kind of vibe.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I wonder if pulp were influenced by that at all.
Probably.
About that very
Probably lyrically, I would imagine.
straightforward. What's that line in it? It's brother's got a date tonight. He can't hang around. It's just like so nothing. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
Great
But you get a lot of that from being an observer in life when you walk around and you just observe people. That's one of my favourite things to do is to just sit somewhere and like watch people go past and look at them all, imagine all of the different stories that led up to their position right now, and you just think like all of these different things, but you're never going to know them, and they're just ordinary people doing ordinary things. They might do something extraordinary one day, but to you they're common people.
Yeah, man. How are we doing for time,
All right.
guys?
I've got one more.
Oh, let's do Natalie's one more and then we'll switch over to Patreon.
Or should we go over to Patreon now?
No, I've got some for Patreon, so
You've got
do your
one.
last
Okay,
one.
cool. My last one is Charles Darwin wrote On the Origin of Species in Bromley.
Whoa, man, you've got the big guns on your list.
Yeah, right.
Cool place, man. It's a cool place. I don't know if you think he was born there, but he wrote it at a place called Downhouse in BR6, which is Bromley postcode. It's actually just south of Orpington. And yeah, so there you go. He's changed basically how we understand life on Earth and all of life.
So one guy who could completely change the way we think about life on Earth, another who completely changed the way that we think about life off Earth, extraterrestrial and life and sci-fi. Wow, it's sort of everything's covered, really.
Yeah, I think War of the Worlds was the first thing to feature alien life, wasn't it? That's why it's such a
Wow, that's
revolutionary
amazing.
book. This concept of extraterrestrial life.
Was it? When was it written, roughly?
Oh, I don't know.
50, 60? Was it older?
Oh, no, it's 18
Older.
something. 1800s.
Oh, wow.
I don't know that could be in there.
1897.
Wow. Increds.
Okay.
Increds.
Oh, that's really cool now. Very good lists, guys.
Yeah. Good research,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, so head over to Patreon and we'll do another 15 minutes for you. We've got a couple of extra... I've got some extras anyway. So we'll see you there.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Right,
Nice
bye.
one.
See you guys
See you
later.
there.
Bye. Bye. Wait. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Thank you for watching that episode of Diamond Cast. If you enjoyed it, tell us. Let us know in the comments. Tell your friends. and see if they'll come and subscribe to our YouTube as well. And if you really liked it, join our Patreon if you're not a member already, and you can get your name up on the end credits there with all the other patrons. Thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed already, and we'll see you over on Patreon now for our extra 15 minutes special. Thank you.